What's up, guys? This is the Mark-Scussion podcast. I am Too Sweet GB, accompanied by,
Heel Shark.
and we are going to do a podcast talking about wrestling, news, events, rumors, and stuff of the sort. For instance, this episode is about WrestleMania 35, leading up to it, and our favorite moments from previous WrestleManias. So I guess to start it off, Shark, you want to say your favorite WrestleMania moment?
Yeah, I will actually have to say that Chris Benoit winning the World Heavyweight title is my favorite WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little tough to talk about Chris Benoit because of reasons.
Yeah,
Don't know what those
but when
reasons
you're
are, but
talking about, yeah, but when you're talking about the storyline itself that led up to it and the struggle that that guy had to go through, and the payoff was just ever so sweet, and him standing in the ring with Eddie Guerrero just made it like 10 times better in the moment.
yeah, because Eddie and Chris were probably the two best wrestlers in the company at that time. They deserved that moment, and they finally got it,
And
which
they were
was
both
pretty
champions.
epic. Yeah, Eddie beat Kurt Angle or Brock Lesnar, right?
He
Earlier.
beat Brock at No Way Out, and then I think he defended it he defended it against Kurt because I remember he lost his boot towards the end, and that's how he got the edge to winning. I can't remember what it was. He got out of his boot from an ankle lock. Yeah,
Oh, and then he won the match. Because it's
yeah.
it's been a
I
while
think he
since
won by
I've
a roll up. I can't remember that match though.
it's been a while since I've seen that match in particular. But I've seen the Chris
Yeah,
Benoit one like probably a good 15 times.
yeah, same.
So my favorite WrestleMania moment ever is probably um, when The Rock and John Cena faced off.
hmm
I mean, to
Both
me,
times or like
the
there's
the
a
first time, the
specific
first
one.
time
Okay.
at Mania 28, because the one at Mania 29 was just a cop out, and that match was garbage. But that's
Yes.
neither here nor there. So to me, that moment is super special because that was kind of the torch was already passed for Cena to be the top guy, and
hmm
because The Rock was the top guy back, and I'd say he and Stone Cold were the top guys. So that match uh, built into John Cena's legacy a lot, and I don't think without that
hmm
match, I mean, obviously Cena would still be a star, but there was still like 5 more years of Cena as the top guy before Roman became the top guy. But that was
Yeah.
good. It was a good match too, and they had that whole documentary. I think it was called like Once in a Lifetime Cena versus Rock that aired the week before WrestleMania, and I watched that thing every day before WrestleMania 28.
hmm
Yeah,
The build up to the match, the first one, it was good.
yeah,
I remember watching it like the Raw after Mania 27, and then they set it up for 28, and I was very excited for that.
yeah. There was the Rock concert, then there was John Cena did
Yeah.
his rapping thing,
hmm
and
And we
that was good build up.
got to see The Rock at Survivor Series 2011
Oh yeah, it
when he teamed
was.
up with Cena against R-Truth and The Miz.
That's right. It was Rock and Cena.
I mean, it wasn't the best match, but it was
Yeah,
cool to see The Rock like back in the moment
because that was his
leading up to
that was his first wrestling match since like when
2003,
2000, yeah,
2004.
something around there, which
Um,
so cool.
yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, the Rock winning that match, obviously, it was a great fuck you to Cena.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I rather would have had The Rock win that match either way. So
yeah, I mean he's the great one,
yeah,
let's
he's
face
The
it.
Rock. You can't have him come
Yeah,
back at
he's
WrestleMania and
literally
lose.
the Rock. Yeah.
Yeah,
But for them to carry on like a 2-year rivalry like that just fucking blew.
yeah.
'Cause- and plus, when you have to implement a title
Into the
stipulation to
second one,
that,
yeah,
exactly, and it just lost its edge at that point. I mean,
yeah,
The Rock introduced a good version of that title
yeah.
with
That
the
version
scratch
was so
logo.
cool.
It was really awesome. Um, that's one of the only good positive things I can get out of
Yeah,
that
there
title.
there's so many downsides, like CM Punk having to drop his streak to The Rock
Yeah.
when in my biased opinion, it should have been at Mania 28 to Jericho, but it is what it is. And then
Yeah.
Raw 1000, that was cool though when CM Punk turned heel.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
I mean,
had that build up.
Yeah. He didn't want to do it, but because he had those buys and the T-shirts and whatnot, because he was top seller. I mean, he was selling more than John Cena at
Yeah.
one point. This is amazing to think about because like the top guy was John Cena. Like you expect him to be selling his shirts like at number one every week, and then you have CM Punk who's just taking this shit by storm and completely, he just took the ball and he ran with it.
Yeah. A lot of that can be compared to something like now when people wanted Seth to be the top guy, but Vince gave us Roman instead. Whereas we wanted CM Punk back then, but Cena was still the top guy.
And with Roman, of course, he was heavily overutilized. I mean, to the point where people really freaking hated him.
Yeah.
Ever since, I mean, the guy main evented every single WrestleMania from 31 to 34, and look how that turned out for him. I mean, he's had how many title reigns with the WWE title, and then he had to drop the Universal title because of his diagnosis. So
Yeah, looking back on it, I feel like he only had like 2 reigns with the WWE Championship.
yeah, I mean
Because-
that was his. No, wait, yeah, no, he's 2-2 in the main event of WrestleMania, yeah, because I remember he faced a Taker, but yeah, all I was thinking about was his match with Triple H. Something
Yeah.
I shouldn't really remember, but yeah.
I think hating Roman became kind of less popular after
Yeah.
a while, because now it's, if you hate Roman, it's just kind of a little touchy after what happened. But
Yeah.
even before that, I didn't understand people who hated Roman because of the 2015 Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I didn't really see much of him being hated on until the Raw after Mania 33, which was after he beat Taker.
Yeah, and he said it was his yard now.
showered. That opening segment, he came out and they just started showering him with hate and boos and telling him to go away. And oh my God, that crowd really stood into him.
Yeah, that crowd did not like Roman.
They did not like him at all. And yeah, I mean, he's a great worker. I mean, I can't take that away from him. He's a great worker. I mean, he still needs to work on his promos even today.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still room for improvement. I mean, there's no way that he can't improve on that. I mean, I can say the same for Ronda Rousey, but getting off the topic for right now. But for Roman, I mean, I think he just needs to look ahead in working on his craft, and we can get back to the discussion of him being in the main event 6 months from now. I can
Yeah.
say.
Because the thing, if Seth wins at Mania, they're going to want to give him a match with Roman sooner than later.
Yes.
And I don't...
Which is not a good move, I don't think.
Seth is good, and he's going to be a good champion.
He's great.
He's great.
He's going to be the star.
Yeah, but if they give him Roman too early and have Roman win, everything Seth has worked for will kind of feel like it has been for nothing. A lot like when Finn Balor won the belt and had to drop it the next night.
Yes. Yeah. Just both in from a different circumstance, because Finn was from injury and Seth would have just been from a screw job.
Yeah.
But Seth, I mean, ever since I'd say late 2017, I mean, this guy's been hot.
Yeah, he's definitely been.
I mean, he's
the
been
best.
Exactly. I mean, this guy, he's been the top guy on Raw for over a year, and he's still going with it. I mean, him to be rightfully called the Iron Man of the WWE right now is just great because this guy's really, really like kicking ass, and he deserves this. He deserves a win at Mania, even though many believe that it's just going to be Brock to win it again. But I think it's his time to win it.
Yeah, I'm one of those few that think Brock might win because there's really no other shocks they can pull on the card.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that in a second, but the two main title matches, other than Seth Brock, we kind of want the winners, and we know who the winners are going to be with Kofi and Becky. But if all three, I doubt all three of them will win. Kofi, Becky, and Seth, that is. And so the only main shock they could do is Brock beating Seth. Because it only feels right for them to give us the Kofi win that we all need.
Yeah. And it's the Universal Championship itself is really it's not even like prestigious at this point. I mean,
yeah, it's really not.
They've tried, but ever since Finn Balor getting injured, it's literally from the start the title has been nothing but garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a guy who came in as a beast in New Japan, who worked his way up in NXT, and then you gave him the opportunity, and he took it, and then unfortunately gets injured. Now you give it to Kevin Owens, and I admire that he did hold that title, but he was treated heavily as a mid-carder still, which is not good. And then you give it to fucking Goldberg, which is stupid. I mean, that was like a 2-second match with Kevin Owens. I mean, and then you give it to Brock, and of course he holds that thing hostage, and then you give it to Roman. It was not a fun reign at all. And then you give it to Roman, and then unfortunately he has to drop the title because of leukemia. And then you give it right back to Brock, and then we're back at the same spot that we were before Roman won the title. Is just holding it hostage, and him not doing anything because he's not showing up to work. And it's just a bitch slap in the face to the boys who are working their asses off 300 days a week, 300 days a year, and pretty much just putting in all this work, and Brock's just at home. I understand he's a farmer and all, but let's face it, WWE's not for him. I mean, UFC may be, but the WWE is just not for him anymore.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Ever since Kevin dropped the belt, I don't think anybody has really cared about the Universal title until Roman won it. Because Goldberg held the belt for a month, and then Brock held it hostage. And I think we have to credit Brock's holding the belt a little bit to Seth's success, because had the Universal belt been there, I doubt Seth would have been the champion. I feel like Roman would have won it earlier, and Roman would have still been in the main event scene. Whereas Seth was there, he was busting his ass each and every week, and he earned the spot because Brock wasn't there.
And looking back then, who else would you even put the title on?
You know, they had Big Cass in the Fatal 4-Way for the belt, so
they did. I mean, you know, but for him, I wouldn't see him actually going that over, even though that would have been really cool. But it wouldn't happen. But aside from him and like Seth, Kevin, who do you have?
Yeah, exactly. You had Roman, but I think it was a little too early to give him the belt. I feel like if Goldberg even had been champion for a little bit longer, he would have been a better champion than Brock. Because Goldberg was showing up more often than Brock was. And he had that. How long was the match? It was like 16 seconds with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it was.
And then he had that 3-minute match with Brock where he dropped the title.
Yeah, but that match was really good because all of the moves were spears or jackhammers or suplexes or F5s. And like it was better than their match at Mania 20. And had it not been for the Universal title, I bet a lot more people would have been fans of that match.
Yeah, I mean, if at Mania 33 it was going to be between the two, but it wasn't going to be for the title, I think that they would have had like a 10-minute match instead of a 3-minute match.
Yeah.
And the thing that I love about lengthier matches is that they tell a story, a legitimate story. Instead of these 3-minute matches that Brock has, that you literally just get suplex, 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 F5, and then pin, or he goes at the dude again, where the guy tries to get leverage, but then he just F5s him again, 1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah, but the thing about that Goldberg match was not, it wasn't a typical Brock Lesnar match, because Goldberg had offense. They both had offense. Brock Lesnar just had more.
He did. But, like, and I understand that that match was entertaining, but I really like matches that go on longer.
Yeah, like Brock versus Finn had a good story, with Finn going after the stomach.
That was a good one. I mean, yeah, and that's, like, great isolation. And that's what really tells a good story in wrestling, is if you're doing limb work, if you're isolating a certain body part. Because, wait, what's that medical condition that Brock has?
Diverticulitis.
Yes, diverticulitis, where it affects the intestines. So, for Finn to access that strategy was great, because it showed a weakness in Brock. Because then that shows that he is vulnerable.
Yeah. Because
everybody want you to think that he's just this unstoppable guy who's the beast, who Paul Heyman claims that he is, this unstoppable being, pretty much this tyrant over the Raw World Title division. But no, I mean, he's still man, basically. And you can look at all of these other matches, especially when you're looking at the match with Daniel Bryan at Survivor Series. I went back and watched that match a couple weeks ago, and oh my god, like the pop to that match, and the fact that people really thought Daniel Bryan was going to win was amazing. Because once he hit that low blow, we thought the tables were literally turning to where it was actually Daniel's moment to win that match.
Yeah, you can say a lot of those same things about the AJ Styles match from the previous year, which was also an amazing match in its own right.
That was a great match.
Brock's matches with smaller guys are the better matches.
Yes.
Finn, Daniel, AJ, eventually Seth. Those are going to be probably four of Brock's best matches since he came back. Because, Brock doesn't put on bad matches. It's just he doesn't try.
No.
You can see a lack of passion in Brock when he's having these matches against Braun. Braun and Kane. Samoa Joe.
I mean, it's all these big dudes.
It's all these big dudes. Because the thing about Brock is he can throw those little guys around and make the match entertaining.
Yeah.
Because how far did he throw Daniel on one of those suplexes? Like halfway across the ring, I want to say.
He literally threw it from turnbuckle to turnbuckle.
Yeah. Which is incredible. He couldn't do that to Joe or Braun or Kane or Goldberg.
And then, like, once you saw him, like, go for the pin on Daniel, but then he lifted him back up and he said he was not done. He wanted to punish him, like that bad. And Daniel Bryan came into that match with a plan. And that was literally his plan, to get that ref down so he could low blow him.
Yeah, and
because I'm sorry, you go.
People forget, or they don't forget, but people were watching that match because Daniel Bryan just came off the neck injury, came off the head injury, and Brock was going to suplex him. And that was the thing that to me was like, okay, I'm really scared to watch this match. Because Brock's going to suplex him and he could kill him. Like, I mean, Daniel Bryan could have died in that match.
He literally could have died. He could have murdered somebody.
Yeah, Brock could have, That was a good match, though, and you can't take that away from Brock.
Yeah. I when I saw that when I watched the match between Daniel and AJ for the title on the Go Home show, and once I saw Daniel win that match, I'm thinking, oh God, like how are they going to pull off this match with Brock? Because,
Yeah.
well, first off, this is their first time facing each other, so you got to wonder how are they going to approach this as far as Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and is Brock going to
They've
be
never faced
safe?
each other, and they didn't have any build up. They literally Bryan would just got the title, and now there's just no build up to it, and he's going into this match fresh off a win. It was just um, it was interesting to ponder about.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where you kind of had to me, Daniel and I are from the same state, and so I was really happy when he won, regardless of the low blow and all of that. He won the belt, and that was an amazing moment. And then it took me a second to realize he was facing Brock on Sunday, and once that kicked in, I was really scared.
Yes.
Because, like you said, there was no build-up, except for Paul Heyman came out and said Daniel Bryan was better than AJ. So if AJ couldn't beat Brock, Daniel might. And obviously he didn't, because Raw swept SmackDown. But
Yeah.
it was a good match. They did the best they could with those 4 or 5 days they had to build to that match.
Yeah.
And,
You know what's
prep
good?
for it.
What's the best part about those Brock matches is that when Paul Heyman looks like he's about to shit himself because the other guy has the upper hand, you know it's getting good.
Yeah.
Like
That happened in the Brock and Samoa Joe match, which a lot of people, including me, weren't the biggest fan of. But I think we can excuse that match because, this is a little off topic, but Great Balls of Fire was a good pay-per-view. People seem to forget that. But it was just a good pay-per-view. And, had that Brock match been a little bit better, if Joe would have won that match, which I doubt he was going to, it would have changed WWE for the next 2 years. It would have changed everything.
It would have. I mean, there was a plan going before Goldberg even came back. The plan was Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens.
And that's the match that I wanted to see.
Chris Jericho was going to go over. He was going to be the champion.
Hold on. It's going to make me so mad because because I was watching Fastlane that year, 2017. I was watching, and Chris Jericho came back, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Kevin's going to beat Goldberg. Goldberg wins, and then Jericho and Kevin are going to have this match for nothing. And this goes in my favorite WrestleMania moments category. When that match happened at WrestleMania between Kevin and Chris, that was probably my second favorite Chris Jericho WrestleMania match. The in-ring stuff was good, but it was all that build-up that Chris came back, and then the powerbomb onto the apron, and then it was just a good match, part of a good Mania. On the topic,
you want to know my favorite Chris Jericho WrestleMania match?
I think I know.
It was WrestleMania 21, the Money in the Bank match.
Never mind. You're one Mania late.
What'd you think it was?
Chris Jericho versus Christian.
Oh.
That's my favorite WrestleMania match between Chris Jericho. Or with Chris Jericho.
With the controversy with Trish Stratus at the
Yeah,
end?
because Christian, CLB, creepy little bastard. That was so funny. The heel turn.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back because my mother's calling me. So I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to talk about Christian WrestleMania moments. So, Christian, right? He's cool. WrestleMania moments he's had. He had WrestleMania 20 when he beat Chris Jericho. WrestleMania 17 in the ladder match. The TLC 2. Others, probably. Christian, he's cool. I may be hinting at a future podcast episode. I don't know. And Chris Jericho WrestleMania moments, you had 29. I'm just going to go in order of chronological of like how they happened. 33, match against Kevin Owens. 32, AJ Styles debut WrestleMania match. Chris Jericho gets the win. 29, Fandango's debut. that was a little iffy. 28, Jericho's best Mania match. 25 with the Legends. 24 in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I genuinely don't remember. 20 versus Christian. 19 versus, oh my god, Shawn Michaels. And he faced Regal somewhere in there. I know that. And he faced somebody else. I don't remember when he faced Regal, but yeah, Chris Jericho's had a lot of good WrestleMania moments. Sucks that he's banned from WWE now because of his affiliation with AEW, but we'll talk about AEW at some point on this podcast, I guarantee. But we're gonna stay on the topic of WrestleMania, waiting for Shark to get back. So this is gonna be uploaded to YouTube. Subscribe to Mark-Scussion podcast and drop a comment on this video. What is your favorite WrestleMania match and moment of all time?
Okay, I'm back.
Hey Shark, I talked about Christian moments, a little
Nice.
teaser for a
Nice.
future podcast episode. Okay, all right. I think
but
it's time
yeah,
we get into the card. But
okay.
actually, finish what you're gonna say and then.
Okay, I just want to talk about that turn from Kevin Owens on Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
How amazing that was.
Oh, why is my name on this? Oof. I think for the people that are listening that don't know, Chris Jericho is my favorite wrestler of all time, and like that moment brought me to almost tears.
That was just one of the greatest turns I've ever seen. Like,
I don't know why. There's just so many good turns on Monday Night Raw, like in the history of the show.
the way they set it up, especially that moment.
Yeah, because the Festival of Friendship.
Festival of Friendship, and then when you thought it was another list of Jericho, but then he revealed it and became the list of KO, and he's like, "Why is my name on this?" I lost it.
That was tough.
That was tough.
Like,
I mean,
I was
awesome.
fine. I didn't even expect a turn, and then we said, "Why is my name on this?" I was like, "Oh no," I couldn't watch. It was tough. All right.
I love on a podcast. Just to wrap it up, I love on a podcast from what Chris Jericho said. He said it was like the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones. If any of y'all have watched Game of Thrones, if you know what I'm talking about, there's this huge scene where some people were turned on, and the viewers were like, "Oh no, 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 no!" But yeah, it really did remind me as much as it did Chris Jericho. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I can compare it to The Flash. There's moments where you find out that Harrison Wells was actually Reverse Flash. That was probably one of the best moments in the show, and that's kind of what, like, the whole edge of the seat thing. And then you kind of don't want to watch, like, you want to watch to see what happens, but you don't want to watch that moment because you don't know what you're looking at. Like, it's so, like, mind-blowing. It was, yeah.
It was awesome.
And on that note, let's talk about Mania 35.
Yes. Do you want to pull up the do we want to talk about the undercard, or we want to talk about the main event first? I mean, we can start off with the Battle Royal.
I say we go in undercard and work our way up to the main event, since those are the matches that everybody's going to want to
do the
hear.
build up here. Do we want to first talk about the tag team matches that still haven't been scheduled but are going to?
Yeah, let's talk about those, because we were talking about those before we started. And
yeah. So Raw tag team title match, Revival and Glorious Gable.
yeah, but Rude and Gable are in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, so
Oh, are they? So then.
yeah. So I don't know who
I
Revival's
imagine
going to
they're
face.
probably going to throw in Ricochet and Aleister Black in this tag title match.
Maybe they're facing off tonight because they're not going to have a match on Sunday.
Yeah, they are.
Because the match tonight's for the tag titles, and you know.
Yeah, you already know they're not going to win. They're not going to go over tonight because they're going to be facing for the NXT tag titles at Takeover.
Yeah, which we'll get into those on a later date, on the predictions and stuff for Takeover.
Yes.
All right. But yeah, and then the SmackDown.
Yeah.
You know, Usos.
Usos in the bar.
Yeah,
you said?
that's what I'm penciling it in for.
Pretty much the same guys. I mean, I was hoping to God it was going to be the Hardy Boys because I
Yeah,
really wanted to see this match, and I didn't care who would have gone over, even though I would prefer the Hardy Boys.
yeah.
But aside from that, it would have been an entertaining match
It would have been
and
such an entertaining match.
definitely a lot of high spots. And realistically, I hope to God they don't just go and jump the gun and say, let's make this a multi-team uh, match for the titles because they like to do that a lot. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
but I think
It's just so
they.
fucking.
We'll get into that in a couple minutes. But the women's match, the women's tag match, they made a multi-tag match. So I think we're gonna be safe from a multi-person SmackDown or Raw title match.
Yes. But I mean, there's not that much to say about the Raw tag team, SmackDown tag team matches because they're not officially booked yet.
Yeah.
So I guess
all
we can move into
hypotheticals.
the women's tag match.
All right. Well,
Um,
first women's
so
battle
it's-
royal, because I'm gonna go from
Oh, okay.
The
Okay, women's battle royal.
the
So
the people announced have been Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, Ruby Riott, the whole Riott squad, Mickie James, and Zelina Vega. What an epic battle royal that is.
I mean, it's pretty standard. I don't really have much expectations from this match because there was no build-up.
Yeah,
So, I mean, you can probably see Mandy Rose winning this match.
that's
Honestly.
why Hope wins the match.
Or, I mean, who else would you have win this match? I mean,
There's really nobody looking at this list,
exactly.
Her or
I mean,
Sonya.
unless if you try and drop some subtle hints on these go-home shows tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Who really would? I mean, Asuka probably.
yeah.
She'll
I
probably
feel like
be walking in as the favorite.
yeah, we'll also see some NXT women in it, I would assume.
Yes.
Um,
I really want to see the Sky Pirates come
I wanna
in.
see
I
them.
really wish they would. I really wish they would have come in to
Yeah.
face
The tag
Sasha and
titles.
Bailey. But
We were talking about that just in a
That'd be awesome.
party a couple weeks before.
yeah.
I remember. Hold up, I have to take a call real quick, so just talk about the rest of the pre-show, I guess. The other battle royal.
Okay. So yeah. The women's battle royal, I really have no high expectations for. It's pretty standard. I mean, you can pretty much see like Asuka or Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville winning this match, but really, realistically, I can't. There's not that much to be excited for this match. Now moving over to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, we've got Braun Strowman, Michael Che, Colin Jost, Andrade, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Lucha House Party, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis Tucker, and EC3. Okay, that's a lot of tag teams in there, though.
Yeah, it's a stacked battle royal.
I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tag teams in the Memorial Battle Royal.
That's terrible.
That
I mean-
is pretty fucking. That's pretty much a bitch slap to tag team wrestling in the
Yeah.
WWE.
Come on, you have I understand the B team being in there and Lucha House Party being in there, but not
Yeah, I mean,
the Hardy Boys in the club.
the Hardy Boys, the club. You've also got fucking. You've got Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, and they
these
just
guys
got
have
called up too.
potential. They just got called up, and you're gonna do this to them? You fucking kidding me?
This is stupid. WWE has no plans for these
mean-
guys if this is what they're doing.
Literally nothing, especially for EC3.
He's
And
so good.
He's really good.
If
and
I've
he's
said
a
it once-
great promo.
Exactly. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. EC3 by now should have been called up and been in the title scene, Intercontinental title
Yes.
at least.
In
He's so
Intercontinental-
good.
I wouldn't see him as a world champion
Yeah.
that quick, but Intercontinental Championship, yes.
Yeah, he and Finn could be having
oh
a
my
great
God.
match
Dude,
on Sunday.
the chemistry that they would have would be
Because it'd be a lot.
insurmountable.
It'd be a lot of like, this probably isn't the best comparison, but Hogan, Shawn, that match was a lot of overselling by Shawn and all that, but fundamentally it would have been a good match had it been maybe not an oversell by Shawn because Hogan was going over.
Yeah. I remember that match. It was bad.
That was
But
that was a
I
good
mean,
match.
I'm looking at all these guys. I mean, of course, you'd have, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, the basic motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But one guy who really stands out to this is Andrade. Okay, you're talking about a guy who had a fucking amazing match with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. All
2
of the
weeks
matches
ago.
they had.
They have a classic rivalry. And
yeah, the
they
2 out of 3
immediately
falls.
established themselves.
I think
A great
Andre,
match.
their first match, their 2 out of 3 falls match, the one where the tag team match, it was they were in a tag team match, right? It was Andrade.
I can't
was-
really remember.
It was Andrade. It was Andrade and Joe versus Ray and Ali,
Oh,
or
yes.
something
yes.
like that. Yeah,
Like,
that was a good match.
something like that. It was a good match.
He deserves
These
to
guys,
be
I mean,
so much better.
You look at Andrade and Ray, and you see the chemistry that they both have. I mean, they are amazing together.
Just put Andrade in the U.S. title match. It's not that hard.
Make it a triple threat. I don't even give a
Exactly.
shit. Like,
Joe
don't
can
make it
still
a fatal
go over.
four-way because-
Whoever you want to
because
go over
R-Truth
can still
doesn't
go
deserve that
over.
shit.
Yeah, R-Truth deserves to be right here with Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, Noah Jose, Grand Metalik.
Wait, is R-Truth in there?
No,
he's not.
He's not in there.
Fuck.
I think
They're gonna-
those are the ones announced so far, but
Yeah, no, Andrade does not deserve this kind of treatment. Same goes
doesn't.
for the Hardy Boys, especially like Heavy Machinery, EC3, the Good Brothers. I mean,
like okay,
yeah,
the biggest
it's just
surprise
insane.
in this whole battle royal is Braun Strowman, because he was
Yeah.
a guy that 4 or 5 months ago was competing for the Universal title.
Yeah. Oh,
Say what you will
man.
about that match, but still.
He went cold. He went super cold. Once
And-
he got taken out of his match with Brock at Royal Rumble, he went cold.
Yeah, I don't like Braun, but it's still surprising to see. He was a huge superstar. He was a crowd favorite. He had those classics with Roman,
Mhm.
and it's just a fall from grace for Braun Strowman to see him last year. Even, say what you will about the Nicholas thing. You see him last year winning titles at Mania on the main show. Now in the pre-show in a battle royal with 2 guys from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only build-up that you have for this match.
Yeah.
Really?
You know,
And I swear to God, if these fucking Saturday Night Live douchebags win this fucking match,
yeah, because they don't
I will
deserve to be in the
fucking
same
go off.
tier as Mojo Rawley, okay? Mojo
Okay.
won the Andre the Giant
Because-
Battle Royal. He's so good.
you,
Tangent.
oh my God. Okay, because last year a 10-year-old won the Raw Tag Team titles with Braun Strowman, and then this year you have 2 douchebags from a fucking Saturday Night Live going into a battle royal. To
That
compete.
shows. It
because Braun
shows how
Strowman
stupid
choked out
WWE
one of
is
them?
sometimes.
The show is fucking dumb. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
And you're doing this after you are literally whichever one of the motherfuckers said the shit's fake, and then you're gonna have this goddamn fucking bullshit.
I bet one of them is gonna
Stop.
win too.
Oh my God, if they pull off some like Chris Benoit on Big Show at Royal Rumble 2004, oh my God, I'm
Okay,
done.
think about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winners. Not taking away what they did after, but just the names of the people that won the Battle Royal. So you had the first one
Okay.
was won by Cesaro, then Damian Mizdow,
Sorrow.
then Baron
Yes.
Corbin, then the best one,
Okay.
Mojo Rawley, and then last year Matt Hardy with the help of Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
Like those are some big names, relatively big names compared to Michael Che and Colin Jost. It's
Yeah, who have no wrestling experience.
exactly. It's
I mean, this
disrespectful to the people that are in this
outside
match.
Them working with outside people like these guys is bad, okay?
Yeah.
Unless if they're legitimate like athletes. Like if you
Yeah.
say Conor McGregor just got into the battle royal, then I'd say you're legit.
Yeah,
But you're
that's a little
saying
better.
these fake comedians are going to be in this match?
It's
That's
infuriating.
unacceptable.
It's really
It
infuriating.
is. But like, if you told me tomorrow Rob Gronkowski was going to be inserted in this match, I'd be like, cool, awesome.
Because he's so cool.
He's
Okay.
a legitimate athlete.
He is an athlete, and you know, he might not have wrestling experience, but you know, he probably could learn pretty quick.
Exactly.
These two, just I don't know what to say about them other than they're stupid. They don't deserve to be in this match. They don't deserve to be on WWE television. Like,
Nope. Just,
obviously, this match is a pee break anyway.
It literally is a pee break.
We're probably gonna get like a 7-hour show. This is a pee break. Yeah, that's how bad it is. It's a pee break on the pre-show. Like that's just
after we just finished watching that women's battle royal, which is
which
not really
at least the one last year was kind of interesting, right?
Yeah.
The men's battle royal last year was also interesting. Naomi won last year.
Damn. Okay.
But
That was the first one, wasn't it?
yeah, it was the first. It was the Fabulous Moolah, and then they had to change it.
Because controversy.
Yeah, it should have been like the China Memorial Battle Royal. Even the Stephanie McMahon would have been funny.
The Stephanie McMahon Memorial Battle Royal. I mean,
She's
it
not
would have
dead,
played
probably.
well to her heel gimmick. But
Yeah,
because
she's still a good heel, and like, cause she was, last year she had that amazing match with Ronda, Trips, and Kurt, which was probably match of the night if we're being honest.
it pretty much was.
Okay, on to the next match: Drew versus Roman. Well, actually, I don't know if we're looking at the same.
Currently, I'm looking at the cruiserweight title match, but we can go
Okay,
to
well,
Drew
no,
versus
we can do that because that's gonna be on the pre-show too.
Okay, so we have Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. I have to be completely honest. I don't really watch 205 Live that much. But
Neither do I.
The guy that I really like on 205 Live is Buddy Murphy.
Yeah,
He's a really great worker.
He's good in the ring. He can cut promos. He and Nese have been kind of tagging for a while, so this one makes a little bit of sense. There's just a lot of great things. The cruiserweight match steals the show most of the time. Or it's a great build up to the show. Like, look at the Royal Rumble and how good that match was, and then the rest of the show was good. Look at Survivor Series. That one we used it on the main show, and that was good. TLC was a little underwhelming, but still doesn't matter. Thinking about just good cruiserweight matches, they've stolen the show.
Yes, I can agree.
So who do you have going over in this one, though?
In Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese?
Yeah.
I can see Tony Nese winning it, but I wouldn't really care who would win because I know both of these deserve this match.
Yeah.
So it can go either way for me.
I really wanted to see Murphy versus Kanellis.
Okay.
But that didn't happen, and I'm fine with either of these two winning. Gonna be rooting for Murphy, but I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Okay.
Oh, dream match.
Now we get into the bullshit. This match is, I think it's still a fucking ploy to get Cena on the show. I mean, I hope to God it's to get Cena on the show.
Me too.
I don't care if there's no build-up, okay? Because, really, do you think Kurt Angle deserves his final match to be Baron Corbin?
Okay, before we get into this, let me shoot on this real quick. Let me shoot on the Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin match. Because I have some opinions on it that a lot of people probably don't share.
Okay.
So, last year, when Baron Corbin was brought onto Raw, he shaved his head, he became the Constable. I was really looking forward to him and Kurt Angle having a match this year at Mania. And I still want to see that match. Had this not been Kurt Angle's last match, I would have been perfectly okay with Angle versus Corbin. And I bet a lot of people would have been too. But the fact that they're saying it's Kurt Angle's last match is the only reason where I'm like, okay, yeah, do not do this match.
Don't do it, please.
I'm like, I like Baron Corbin. I think he's fine in the ring. He's heel. He's definitely A heel's over, right, when they're getting booed.
Oh yes.
So he's over in terms of that. He can cut a good promo. I don't see a reason why this match shouldn't happen other than the fact that it's Kurt's last match. Because there's been build-up for like a year, or a little under a year at this point.
Yeah. I mean, and they carried on their feud for a long time, and they've already had like 12 matches against each other, you know?
Yeah,
And it's just so stale to me.
Yeah, it seems at this point, if John Cena doesn't face Kurt Angle, it's gonna, do some bad things for the rest of the card.
Yeah.
Depending on how early this match goes on, and if Cena's not there.
I can see this match going like 5 minutes, and then Kurt Angle hitting like a weak ass angle slam for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I can see from this match.
I wasn't sure where I don't remember where I read it, but it said that, you have Kurt Angle win in seconds. Like, he runs into the angle slam and then wins. And then Cena's music hits, and he says, that was an excuse for a last match.
Like,
he says something like, you want to come in.
He's like, that was the last match. That was your last match?
I feel like Cena could say something like, you came in and cashed a check on your last wrestling match. This is pretty much all it was. And then he says, I'm going to show you what it's like to have a real match. I'm going to show you ruthless aggression. They have like a 10-minute match. Angle goes over. They show sign respect after the match. Curtain call on Angle's career. Just where Cena's career began, Kurt Angle's is going to end on Sunday, I think. And that's what everybody wants.
I mean, it's the most fitting because Angle debuted Cena, and Cena can retire Angle. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. Why would you throw in a guy like Baron Corbin, who I think is just cold right now?
Yeah.
I don't think he has genuine heel heat. I think he has literal heat with the fans, because he's just been utilized the completely worst way possible.
That's true.
Especially when you're putting him with a guy like Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, with this three-man mid-card Doom team, which we did not need at all.
Mid-carders
we never asked for it. We never asked for it.
I don't
understand why.
I don't think they're still.
Why did Vince think it was a great idea? Okay. Why did he think putting two big guys who are legit in the ring, and then you put them with Baron Corbin? Do you honestly think that Baron Corbin's going to be more of a legitimate badass as a heel with two dudes becoming his quote-unquote whipping boys? No.
No. When you put it like that,
that doesn't make him a legitimate badass as a heel, basically. That just makes him stale. And plus, they were doing the same routine for like the past 3 months, 4 months. I mean,
it started
kept running in
at Survivor Series, or no, TLC.
It started at TLC, and they just kept running in, running out, aiding each other in the same possible fashion where they used the fucking steel steps.
They used the steps and they did the powerbomb onto it, and that was that. Every single time.
Same shit.
It was getting stale, and then they had that amazing match at Fastlane.
It was the same matches every week.
It was always Baron and Finn, or it was always Lashley and Finn, or Drew and Finn.
Or like Lashley and Elias.
Yeah.
Elias was a baby.
Yeah, Lashley and Elias. Or who? Okay, Baron always faced Finn. Lashley always faced Elias. Who did Drew always face? I feel like
Drew. Oh man.
Did
he
didn't have a go-to.
He faced Kurt like twice, but aside from Kurt,
I feel like it was Finn. He faced Finn a lot.
I think he did. I mean, Finn pretty much faced everybody like on a weekly basis.
He had that cage match with Dolph though. Again, that was a good match. Cage match with Dolph, underrated match.
Yeah. No. I just really want Cena Angle in this match. I mean, it's just insane that you would put Baron Corbin in there. And I hear that Angle is literally pissed about this too. He's actually upset. And
if they don't put Cena in, it's just a slap in the face to Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. The Miz and Shane McMahon in the Falls Count.
All right. Can I take the lead on this one?
Yes, because I know you love this.
Let me tell you, ever since they started teaming back a little bit after Crown Jewel, I was excited for their match at Mania because I knew that's where it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane McMahon is in my he's fringe top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. And I know that's probably stupid because he's not really a wrestler more than he's a spot monkey, but still, he's there. I like him. I like The Miz. The Miz has been growing on me since his match with Dolph at No Mercy 2017, right?
Okay.
These two have been on a collision course since November. They won the tag titles, then they lost the tag titles. Shane beat up Miz's... I didn't really beat him up. Shane beat up Miz in front of his dad in his hometown. You were there. You saw that live.
There.
Yeah.
I saw that live.
You see, Shane beat up Miz in Cleveland in front of his dad. Then, what did he grabbed his dad's face and said something to him.
He grabbed his dad's face and made him look like a fucking squirrel.
Yeah. And then the next SmackDown, Shane comes out with the trophy and he's all flexing. He's not literally flexing, but he's so, he's like, I'm the guy. I'm better than you, Miz. And then the announcer has to say his name like 5 times and then does it. Cuts a promo. Then The Miz, last Tuesday, cut one of the best promos The Miz has ever cut on Shane. Then it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. This match is going to be so good. I have Shane McMahon going over. Because if Miz goes over, it's expected that Miz goes over at this point.
Yeah. Do you remember that promo that came up when they were still a tag team? And it really showed meaning to give us a reason to actually care about their tag team.
The Miz has something along the lines of
that promo package.
Yeah, the promo package, and then The Miz cut that promo where he was saying, "I've been, what did he say? I've been trying to find my dad's approval all this time, and he wants me to team with you." It was a little cheesy, but it worked. It made me. It
was a little cheesy, but it worked, and the promo package said it all.
The promo package was so good.
It was really good.
Was it the SmackDown before Rumble or the SmackDown
I think
before,
it was.
Or was it 2 weeks before? It was a little bit before the Rumble. I remember it was good.
Yeah. But no, it was slowly turning Miz babyface because people were still fucking booing him.
Yeah,
but this storyline is actually really good.
It is super good.
And I pretty much see them going over.
Yeah.
And the fucking psychology going into this match is lethal right now. I'm telling you, because it got to a personal standpoint with his dad. And so this match is going to be balls to the walls. I can literally see Shane probably risking his life.
Shane's going to jump off something huge. Miz is going to do some cool spots. Shane's going to probably almost die. There's going to be an announce table involved.
Miz is going to half-ass his high spots.
Okay, no, those were good. Don't care what anybody says.
I was there at Fastlane. I saw some of them. Okay. They were actually pretty good.
They were good. So you have Miz going over in this one?
Yes.
I want Shane to go over, but I know in my heart that Miz is going to go over.
And
then Miz is probably going to get a push to the WWE title. I don't know what they're going to do with the Miz after.
As a babyface, I could see it happening, but it's going to take some time.
I would fear Miz. I am right now, so
We'd see babyface Miz probably for another 2 years if this keeps up.
Yeah.
Because why would you turn him heel at SummerSlam this year? That's just a waste.
I think, we'll just put a pin in this Miz thing. I have something to bring up, but we'll bring it up when we get to the WWE title match. So.
Okay.
What's
moving on. The women's tag team title match.
Okay, this is a pain in the ass. Take
Sasha
out
Banks and Bailey versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Iconics.
take out Nia and Tamina and put in the Sky Pirates, and this could probably be a great
It would
match.
be perfect.
It would be perfect. Okay, well, not 5-star. Calm down, Meltzer.
Okay, calm down, Dave Meltzer. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be great, but the Nia and Tamina thing, it's just a drag.
They can't wrestle. They really can't. I've given them chances. I've tried to defend Nia before, and her matches with Ronda Rousey are still 2 matches that I enjoy and I could go back and rewatch. But she's not a good worker. And, you know, Tamina isn't the worst. She had that match with Beth Phoenix a while ago during the Divas Revolution at Elimination Chamber that I thought was really good. And, you know, her super kick, it's a super kick, so it's a good move. But they're just not cut out for this stage. No. They're not cut out for this at all.
When I'm looking at Tamina, I see her give no effect in her matches.
Yeah, I see her kind of show no emotion.
What threat does she pose on a psychological standpoint in her matches?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. And then when you have Nia, okay. I've been talking about this ever since Becky got injured. Okay. When you have a track record of injuring the girls in your matches, because how many girls have she injured? Like 3 at least?
Yeah, Charlotte, Becky,
Bailey,
Sasha.
And I think Sasha.
Yeah, so all 4 of the 4 horsewomen.
Okay. 4 and counting. Yeah, all the 4 horsewomen.
Watch her like kill Peyton Royce on Sunday.
Yeah, killing Peyton Royce on Sunday. But when you have a track record of doing that, don't you think it's best for creative to send you down to developmental, not fire you, but send you down to developmental to work on your craft, so you can be better for the safety of the girls that you're competing with.
Just let her, just take her off TV for how long? Like 3 months.
You don't even need to take her off TV. Let her cut promos.
Oh, but her promos are so terrible.
I know, but that's what they would do.
Oh, true. I guess, you know, Nia won the belt last year at Mania. She had her moment. It's time for her to really step away from titles. Forever.
Yes.
For the rest of her life.
Forever. And definitely no tag titles, no world titles, nothing.
Nothing. Okay, I will give this to Nia. Her being the Royal Rumble was really funny. And I was mad because, you know, just like everybody, every other smark, I was expecting Kenny Omega. But once I realized that wasn't happening, I had a really fun time watching Nia take finishers.
Just her taking the RKO and a super kick,
and then
619, whatever.
And then her getting eliminated.
It was awesome. It was great. Great match.
Best thing of Nia's career.
The greatest thing that ever happened. It surprised me that night when they actually were allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You know, because when she was going in, I was wondering if she was gonna. Yeah, because I was debating on whether she was gonna take a bump in that match. Or
I figured she would.
If she was just gonna try and go for a clothesline on someone on the outside, and then they were just going to duck under her, and then she would just leap over the ropes. I thought they were just gonna go with that, which would have been a dumb.
You know, I had a little bit of doubt that they were going to do spots until she took the super kick, and then the 619, and then the RKO.
Yeah.
And then she got out. It was so fun to see that.
Yeah. But, the other thing that she can do if she goes down developmental is promo class. Because they still do that shit.
Promo class. That's what she needs.
She does need promo class. And honestly, she can go in between. She can work on main event. Because that happens right after Raw, doesn't it?
I think they tape it before. Wherever they tape.
Or whatever.
Regardless.
She can work house shows. She can work house shows. She can work main event.
Yeah.
And then you don't put her on Raw. You don't put her on SmackDown. You don't put her on any of the main shows for a month or 2. I need to know if these guys think that she's ready to come back and work full time. Because this is a serious case of the safety of the girls that are working with her.
Yeah.
Because this is a legitimate problem that they haven't even acknowledged it yet. And but I don't care if she's The Rock's cousin. That should not give her leverage.
Yeah, that's not justification for her being able to be in the main
That's
event
not justification.
and her injuring 4 people.
Exactly. And I don't care if we're talking about the sexist crap, okay? Because I don't give a shit if you're a guy or a girl. Are you hurting the people that you're working with?
Exactly.
Because if so, you need to work on yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get fucking fired.
Yeah.
That's how I'd be if I was running my own promotion.
Exactly. If I was running a promotion, she was in it, and she injured 4 of my biggest stars, she'd be out of the door. She would have been out of the door in my promotion after she beat up Becky, after she punched her in the face. She'd be gone. She'd be out.
My top, like Becky, my top star. You fucking injure my top star, you're fucking done.
Yeah.
Okay? Because Becky is white fucking hot.
And in more ways than one.
Her out in more ways than one. And you're gonna do that shit? Like, no. So, like, if I were to have some guy or girl in my own promotion, my own respective wrestling promotion, and if they end up injuring someone, whether it was on an accidental bump that they didn't mean to do, that was totally on them, I'd say, okay, I'm going to give you some time off, but I need you to be working your ass off so you can work on your craft and then you can come back.
Exactly.
Okay? You're not going to get fired, okay? This is just a temporary thing. Don't treat it as a punishment. I need you to just come back, and I need you to be better than you were before.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. I'm not telling you to go fuck yourself and find a different place to work for. I'm not.
Can somebody please tell Nia to go fuck herself?
I pretty much will. Because she has a track record.
She can't cut a promo. She can't wrestle. She injures people. Why is she in this match and not another tag team that can actually wrestle?
Why would you put her in this match?
I'd rather have Carmella and Naomi in this match, and they aren't even a real team.
I mean, they're more effective than Nia and Tamina.
Exactly. At least Naomi and Carmella can relatively wrestle. I mean,
even
Carmella's
though
not
they're
the
a
best.
thrown together tag team.
Exactly. Like, I'm happy that Beth and Natalya are in this match, and I'm happy the Iconics are in this match. Just take out Nia and Tamina and put in literally anybody else.
Literally anybody else. Okay? I don't give a shit if you do an injury angle or you just write them off of TV for good.
Yeah, just take them out.
Fucking get rid of them out.
You could form a tag team between Nikki. You could form a tag team between Nikki Cross and like, who else? Lacey Evans. Exactly. You could form a tag team between Nikki Cross and Alicia Fox. I'd rather have them in this match because at least they can both.
They tagged together like a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Or like last month.
They can work. Say what you about Alicia Fox. She can work to some extent. Put in Mickey and Alexa. Why don't you put in Mickey and Alexa? Oh my God.
Yeah, because they're an actual tag team.
Exactly.
They're allies, kayfabe. I'm sure they're good friends in outside kayfabe, but like they're also allies, kayfabe.
I understand the concept of there being a host to WrestleMania because it was really fun when the New Day did it, and I like having a host to WrestleMania. But Alexa deserves to be in a match. That's a good match.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Because she is the best on Raw.
I don't understand
in my opinion.
why they're doing that with her, unless if it's the concussion scare, which I could completely understand.
Yeah. And
I was actually dead ass thinking that Vin Diesel was gonna fucking like roll up and say, "Yeah, so I'm the host of WrestleMania this year," and I'm like, "Oh shit, we got Big Double Diesel now."
Kevin Nash and Vin Diesel better host WrestleMania one year.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay, so who do you have winning this tag team match?
Realistically, Boss and Hug Connection, but Iconics are second to win this because they're an actual tag team and they're great heels. I mean, they're great workers too.
Well,
they're great promos.
Beth and Natalya are a real tag team, but they're not going to win.
Yeah, they are. But I think it would just take some time for Beth, if she's actually making a full-time return. It's just going to take her some time to get back in it. So I'd give her a few months, and then we can talk about them winning the titles.
Yeah, or at least, because she's wrestling on Raw tonight, in that 8-woman tag, 6, I don't know how many.
Yes.
Isn't it her, Natalia?
It's literally the heels versus baby faces.
So it's Boss and Hug and Divas of Doom versus Nia Jackson. Iconic.
Correct.
Iconic. Yes, my favorite tag team, the Iconic.
So who do you have going over then?
I have Boss and Hug, though I really would want Beth and Natalia to win. But, Boss and Hug is where I'm going. All right, on to the next one.
Next match. United States Championship, Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. Okay. This will be a fun match.
This will be
I think.
Good match.
But I really wish Andrade would be in this. Because he deserves more. Even though Rey Mysterio would most likely win this match. Because I have a feeling Rey's going to win.
Is he a Grand Slam champion?
I want Joe to win.
Or does Rey need does he need the U.S. title to become a Grand Slam champion?
Rey needs the U.S. title to become a Grand Slam.
Oh, they're giving it to him then.
I can imagine. I mean, but
I bet Dominic hops up on the apron and Joe's gonna go hit him and Rey rolls him up or something. I don't know. I think it's gonna be
Dominic's
stupid.
gonna take his Dominic's first bump.
Joe versus Rey. You know what else is on the line other than the U.S. title? Custody of Dominic, Part 2.
Custody of Dominic. It turns into a fucking ladder match where both the title and the contract are hanging up above the ring.
He's in a shark cage above the ring.
Oh my god.
They have him hanging from a shark cage like they did with Enzo, and they have to climb up there and take him out of the cage or lower the cage. That'd be so good. Jeez, if WCW was still around, that's what would happen. That's what the match would be. Okay, so who do you have going over in this match? In actuality,
Rey Mysterio. Even though I want Samoa Joe to win this because he deserves the
I want
title
Joe,
reign.
but it's fine to have Rey go over. Just have him drop the belt to Andrade eventually.
Yes. There's not that much really to say about this match.
This match is kind of thrown together at the last minute.
Yeah. Intercontinental title match, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor. Okay. They've been teasing it for the longest time. Not the longest time, but for a couple weeks they've been teasing it that Demon King would be making a return.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Bobby Lashley that important to make the Demon King return?
No, but the IC title is.
Okay, that's a valid point. Now, would you want to see Demon King to make a full-time return?
I think if they did that, he would have had to beat Brock at Royal Rumble if they wanted the Demon King to be back.
Ooh. Oh, man, that would have just... He would definitely won immediately if he actually brought out Demon King.
That's neither here nor there, though. If Demon King would have been at Royal Rumble, Finn would have won.
You would have had to have Brock just low blow him right in front of the ref to fucking retain at that point. But yeah. This storyline between Trashley and Balor, though, is really just shit.
It's
shit and
pretty
more
bad.
shit. It's really fucking bad.
Balor
shouldn't even have dropped the title.
Yeah, really.
Why would you do that?
It should be Balor defending it against Lashley.
Yes, it makes more sense to do that.
It really does.
Why the fuck do you need to make Lashley a 2-time IC champ? What credibility does that do?
You don't need to.
Does that provide?
There's no reason to make Lashley a 2-time champion like that. Don't get me wrong. It was really cool when he won the match against Seth and Dean. That was a good match. And then I was excited for him to win, and then he lost the belt, and that was fine. That's where it should have ended. Have them feud, have them have their match at Mania, Finn and Bobby, but don't have Bobby win the title back.
No. Because Bobby is not... He doesn't have enough credibility to become a mid-card champion.
Had this been 2008 or around that time, this would be... I would, be fine with Bobby being a big champion.
Because back then he won the U.S. title.
Yeah.
And he was hot.
And that was a good reign.
That was a good reign, too.
But, it was a little bit before I started watching, but, from what I remember, And
Yeah.
watching back then, he was fine. He was a good champion. Now,
He was a good champ.
when he returned last year, I'll admit I was clapping. I was loud. You know, my
I was
parents told me to
happy.
shut up. It was
I was
good.
hyped.
I popped, but
There was a huge pop.
it, you know, it's kind of lost its touch. And the only
He
reason
did.
it did was because they didn't have him face Brock, and they had those stupid matches with Sammy where he injured him, and then had the stupid matches with KO where he injured him, which
Yeah.
they weren't Lashley's fault really. They were both kind of
no.
they've
been dealing with those for a while.
yeah.
haven't they?
They were kind of just more setback, and then they had the stupid crown jewel thing where Bobby lost to Seth in like a 3, 4, 5 minute match, which was stupid. It was a fine match, but it was stupid. Like, crown jewel just shouldn't have happened, right? And then
Yeah.
you had Lashley win the belt. That was fine because that match was really good. Like, if
Yes.
we're talking about Raw matches in recent history that have been good, that's one of them.
Yes.
But it was stupid when he dropped the title to Finn and he won it back. Either have Bobby win and save Finn's win for WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
or have Finn win and face Bobby and win at WrestleMania, and not have there be any what's the word, hot potato with the belt.
Yeah. Yeah. When Bobby came back, I was genuinely happy. I completely believed for a long time that he was going to come back at WrestleMania and tag with Braun Strowman.
Me too. I
Which
thought it was
would've
going to
been-
be
which
Bobby
would've
or
been-
Cass.
It would have been cool to see, but then he came back and he suplexed Elias the Raw after Mania, which is fine. But
And that, 30-second suplex. Hate that move so much.
30-second suplex where he held the motherfucker up for the
Just-
longest time.
Make that a jackhammer. It's not that hard. I mean, Goldberg won't mind if Bobby Lashley uses jackhammer.
But then, yeah, you carried on this babyface Lashley in a fucking shit way, where you bring up
So
his
boring.
sisters, and oh my god,
So terrible.
I
Worst Raw segment of all
cringed
time.
so fucking hard
It was
when
disgusting.
he stares at the fucking camera, and he's forcing out just saying, "I love you." I'm like, okay, dude, weird flex.
You know how you could turn
Yeah.
Bobby babyface right now? It's not that hard. Have Bobby face another heel.
Turn on Leo Rush.
No. If you want him to turn babyface, because people hate Leo Rush. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Fucking.
I was thinking of
I
it from
mean-
a fan perspective because I like Leo. Have Bobby face another heel. Have them injure Leo, and then Bobby fights for Leo and wins the title. Like, doesn't get the title. Like, or have him beat up Leo Rush. I genuinely thought they were gonna do Bobby versus Leo, because that's what I wanted to see.
And
'Cause
that would have
it'd
been
be so
interesting.
Because
It would've been
Leo's
funny.
like the size of Bobby's leg.
He literally is.
Like,
He's that fucking small.
it'd probably be a fine match, you know, but
It would have been had some implementations of flippy shit and
yeah,
strong working.
it could have been a Hogan Andre moment if Leo ever body slammed him.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
you know,
I don't think Leo can, to be honest.
I don't think he's able to, but you can only dream.
He tries to go for it. He's like, he can't lift him, so Bobby just pushes him off.
I imagine they would have actually tried that spot.
Yeah,
They would have actually called that.
yeah, that'd be good. Okay, so who do you
And
have
then-
going over in this match?
Finn Balor.
Me
Demon
too.
King Finn Balor.
I like how we start talking about the match, and then like one thing leads to the other, and we're talking about Leo trying to power slam
Fucking
Bobby.
awesome. That's what I love about this podcast.
This is so fun. All right.
Uh,
What match
But
do you
yeah,
have
Demon
next?
King Finn
Oh
Balor.
yeah,
for the
Demon
win.
King Finn, definitely. That's who I want. That's who I would say the fans, 90% of them want.
Yeah. But the only way to bring out Demon King is if you push him to a huge limit
Yeah.
tonight at the Go Home Show. That's the only way you can, because that's the only way it makes sense.
Yeah, you have to have him come out and cut a massive promo, and then have a spot with Leo Rush and Bobby, and have Finn
Yeah.
take down Bobby before Sunday and do something cool.
Because, like, what was the build up to SummerSlam with Baron Corbin?
Nothing.
Exactly. So, and Baron Corbin is not worth bringing out the Demon King.
Yeah,
at all.
he really isn't. And I like Baron Corbin. He is not worth bringing out the Demon King.
I want to face Finn Balor, the man, because he said that the night after. So, whatever.
So
okay. Next match, Triple H versus Batista, no holds barred. Triple H's career is on the line.
Well, you know how I feel about this. About Batista being back.
Okay.
I think, to me, it's simple. I'm going to say my prediction. I want Batista to win.
Okay.
That's just the facts. I think Batista, it's time for Triple H to retire. He hasn't had a good match in a long time.
In a while.
It's been since Seth at Mania 33. Actually, last year's match. I'm actually singles match. I'll say singles match so it's a little more fair. Because, it hasn't been since Mania 33 where he's had a good singles match. And even that was carried by Seth. So,
yeah.
It's time. This match needs to go like 10 to 15 minutes. First few minutes need to be them brawling. Then you got to have some spots, like some weapon spots. And then have Batista win. It's plain and simple. Don't overthink it. Just cut to the point. Batista wins. Fans rain down the boos. Ric Flair comes out and screws Batista out of the win, and Triple H wins. One of those.
I can imagine the second one.
Yeah.
But like going for the matches that Triple H has had, I mean, going forward in the future, who else can he face?
He's
really nobody.
Really cutting it close. Eventually, it'd be nice to see maybe Adam Cole, since he kind of brought him to WWE. It'd be nice to see Velveteen, since Triple H is a big Velveteen supporter.
we can, or maybe have him face his illegitimate son Tommaso Ciampa when he comes back from injury.
That'd be a good match. Actually, they're both heels, so probably.
Yeah.
But I think
they both kind of look the same.
Yeah, there's not much else for Triple H left to do. Probably.
I think
AJ maybe.
Yeah, maybe AJ
is the last match that really Triple H hasn't done that would be interesting enough for people to tune in. But that's.
Oh my god, dude! 2008 AJ Styles versus 2008 Triple H would have been fucking.
Short hair AJ, now that's a banger.
Short hair TNA AJ Styles
versus
Fortune AJ Styles.
Long hair, Hogan type mustache,
fucking greased up. He's got that fucking long ass mustache.
That's the match that we need.
Yeah.
Or there's really nothing else for Triple H, I guess. After this.
You say Batista, but I say Triple H.
Yeah.
I think the way they're carrying it out is that Triple H is going to go over, and it's kind of predictable. But after this match, I think Triple H is just going to hang it up eventually.
I think he'll have a few more matches this year, probably one next year, and then that's it. He's still in good condition, though, which makes me think that he might wrestle for a little bit longer.
Yeah, but like competitively wise, I mean, it's not really there. But like, if he's just gonna be there to have some of these, dream matches or whatnot, these matches he's never done before, I'm fine with that. But really, he shouldn't like carry on like a long-term storyline where he's gonna be wrestling at multiple pay-per-views within a year.
Really not a good idea for him anymore.
No, especially because he's getting to the point where his body's not the same as it was 10 years ago.
You can see he's slowing down, especially after Crown Jewel with that injury.
Yeah, it was really bad.
That was yikes.
Yikers, seriously.
All right, so final predictions. I say Dave, you say Paul.
Yep. Dave Bautista and Paul Levesque. Okay. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Do you want to take the helm for this one?
I will take the lead of this. So pretty simple build. Um, Randy says AJ didn't build SmackDown Live. He essentially calls AJ an indie darling. Throws up the too sweet. This is his house. Rents due AJ. And then AJ pretty much says that Randy. What did he say? Hold up one sec.
Ooh. Oh my God. This match though, AJ versus Randy, I'm excited for. I'm ready. Um, the promo that they both cut was really good. Talking about how AJ had to work his way up from the Indies while Randy Orton was already in the WWE, conquering and becoming the legend killer that he was back in that time. And, you know, them both just going at each other back and forth was really good, I think. Yeah, it was a good promo segment there. Going into this match, I really hope it's longer than like 15 minutes. Because I mean, this is just one of the more deserving matches that's really been given much love creatively. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, and plus this is a match we have like had our mouths water over back in like 2009 when like people had these dream matches between TNA stars and WWE stars. And like, of course, one of the topics was AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Like 10 years ago, like, oh my God. Like that can happen. And sure enough, like 10 years later, it's happening. And this is fulfilling lots of people's dreams for sure. And it's just amazing. And, that's awesome. By the way, as we record right now, we have 2 minutes until Raw starts. So I'm going to be multitasking, watching Raw and doing this podcast. Yeah. We have that 6-woman tag match tonight between Becky, Ronda, Charlotte, and the Riot Squad. So I wonder how that goes. And hopefully they can talk about that fucking SmackDown women's title dilemma. I don't know if it's really a dilemma, but it's completely bullshit that they took the title off of Asuka just to feed for one storyline, and it really fucked over the girls of the SmackDown Live roster. So yeah. Aside from that, what else is on tonight for Raw? Fuck. Oh, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle. Yeah, that'll be cool. Kurt's final match on Raw. That's gonna be good. I expect it to be a good match. He'll probably be like, he'll most likely be like 5 minutes at best. I hope it goes on longer though. But yeah. Ooh. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Fuck. Forgot what I was about to fucking say. Shit. Yeah. Okay, when the fuck is he gonna get back on? Let's come on, man. And Raw is currently on, so that's epic.
Super sorry about that.
Holy shit! I was running out of things to say.
Yeah, sorry. My bad. Had to go
Plus Raw
real
is on
quick.
right now.
Okay, so lightning round for the last couple matches.
Um,
Oh, AJ Orton predictions, I guess.
AJ goes over, I think.
Yeah. I want Orton, but I'll say AJ because I feel like that makes the most sense.
Yeah. We can go to Roman versus Drew.
Yeah, this match seems kind of simple to me. Drew wants to take apart every member of the Shield. He's already beat Seth and Dean. So
I think it's just another. I just think it's another filler match for the card. Because it's just creatively, it was just like kind of like a rushed kind of thing. I think.
Yeah, it's just putting Roman on WrestleMania again.
Yes.
Which, you know, is fine. And I'm glad he has a match at Mania this year, because nobody thought that it would be happening, but it's fine.
Stephanie just added herself to the match.
Really?
No, it was just an April Fool's joke.
Dude, I told you about that earlier.
She deadass said, "I'm about to add myself to the main event."
Dang it.
And she said, "Can you take an April Fool's joke?"
So, Drew, Roman, kind of simple build. Who do you have going over?
Roman?
Yeah, me too. Alright.
I mean, why wouldn't you put Drew why wouldn't you put Roman
Yeah,
over?
he just got back. I mean, he's Roman Reigns. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory.
And he's Mr. WrestleMania.
That's true. Sean who?
God.
Like, come on now.
Sean who?
Mr. WrestleMania.
Sean who?
Roman Reigns. Okay, next match.
Jesus Christ, okay. Stephanie just announced that both the titles are on the line.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Well,
Fuck.
That's something that we can add to our WrestleMania predictions.
Well,
I guess.
Becky's going over.
Yeah. Okay, let's just get that match out of the way. Becky's going over. There's
Becky's
not much to say.
over.
Becky's going over. It's not going to be Charlotte. It's not going to be Ronda.
Okay,
Becky better
fuck
go
Charlotte.
over.
I swear to God, if Charlotte fucking goes over. Because
If Charlotte
we
wins,
know.
oh my God, dude.
Oh my God. Okay, the people that are listening to this podcast, whoever likes Charlotte, I understand. You're biased.
I get the Charlotte liking. Okay, in some respects, she's a good worker. She can cut a promo. She's a great worker. She's had great matches. She is, in my opinion, the greatest women's wrestler of all time for what she did in the ring.
Mm-hmm. But
she is being shoved down our throats.
Literally they have a Roman effect on her.
Yeah, more so than Roman, because Roman only won the belt 3 times. Charlotte's won it 8.
Yes, and most of those times was from her fucking feud with Sasha Banks.
Exactly.
And it was fucking
stupid. It was stupid. That feud was
goddamn confusing.
That feud was fine, but they just flip-flopped the belt too many times. And then she won the belt at SummerSlam due to pettiness. I think it was like...
Was it like Charlotte 3, Sasha 2 or some shit?
It was something like that.
It was stupid.
Like, I would rather have Carmella beat Charlotte again than have Charlotte as champion, because at least I was entertaining.
Oh my God, dude.
I beat Charlotte Flair and Asuka twice. Oh my God.
She shouldn't have been given the fucking title in the first place.
Yeah, it's stupid why they gave her the belt.
Why they did that?
She shouldn't go over.
They literally used Asuka as a sacrificial lamb
They did, and it was stupid.
to fucking put the second belt into the match to feed to one storyline and then fuck over all the girls in
Yeah.
the SmackDown locker room.
Asuka should be facing Sonya
What
and
a
Mandy at
bitch slap.
WrestleMania on Sunday.
It's such a bitch slap, and that
It's
fucking hurts them.
disrespectful.
It is.
Because the SmackDown women are so good. There's so many good wrestlers. Naomi,
But they're
Carmella,
just not given enough opportunities.
Sonya, Mandy, Asuka. Am I forgetting anybody really?
Sonya, Mandy, Asuka,
The Iconics, but they have a marquee match.
Iconics. I mean, Naomi. I mean, she.
Yeah.
she's a
Oh yeah,
worker.
Naomi. She's good. But yeah, there's so many good wrestlers on that roster for the women that won't get a shot for a long time. Now that the belt's unified.
Yeah.
Because Becky's gonna win,
I don't
and it's gonna be
understand-
one belt.
I don't understand if. I still have a feeling that she's going to be defending both titles on separate occasions.
Yeah, but why? It doesn't
I
seem
don't.
logical
I
to
don't
me.
know. I'm still confused by that, but I have a feeling that's what they're going to do.
I don't think I don't want that. I'd rather just have them unify it because at least that one makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. But then the brand splits just fuckered.
Fucked. It
at that point.
It started slowly getting fucked with the tag team titles for the women, and now
But, like,
this.
At that point, if you're unifying the women's titles, then why aren't you unifying the tag titles?
You mean
Don't you
men's,
think you should
right?
do that? The men's tag titles.
Yeah, because the women's are split
Why don't you
brand.
unify those two?
I don't
Like,
know.
wouldn't you?
I don't like unifying the belts, especially because the brand split in 2016 was so cool.
It was. But, like, since they're now doing this, then what would stop them from unifying the SmackDown and Raw tag titles? I don't even want I don't want to end the brand split because I like it.
I love the brand
concept of it is
brand
fucking great.
split. Yeah,
But
I don't know.
oh, it's man, it's just it fucks with my head. Why
It's
they
a
do this
it's a
bullshit.
pain in the ass to talk about
It's a pain in the ass.
that. The whole Charlotte thing, because I get mad when I'm mad.
She shouldn't have even been put in this match.
She has no reason to be put in this match.
No. And she feeds nothing to the storyline.
She
Nothing. What?
You know-
What? Okay, tell me. Give me an impact that she has made between this Ronda and Becky feud over the past
Survivor
3,
Series.
4 months. Survivor
'Cause
Series. Aside from that, what has she
okay,
done?
aside from that.
What has she done?
Pissed the fans off. No, Royal Rumble. She that was good. Her almost winning was good. It was a good swerve to have Becky win. I'm gonna give her credit for
Yeah.
that. That's the only thing. That's the only.
Yeah, but that's Royal.
That's the only positive thing I can say about Charlotte Flair in this storyline. Is that in Survivor Series?
Oh, like, what has she done to feed this storyline?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Really.
Nothing
It should
at
just be
all.
Becky Ronda. But
It should.
you know, the
Why
women
aren't they
wouldn't be
doing
main
that?
eventing if it weren't for Ronda Rousey. That's just my opinion. And
Yeah, I can understand that.
I can't say this
I mean,
on the
because
podcast or I'll
she's a
be labeled a
draw.
misogynist. But like, here's the thing. Don't take this the wrong way, those of you listening. Listen to me when I say women's wrestling is so good right now. But when I think of WrestleMania, it's hard not to think that I want the men to main event. I would much rather have Daniel and Kofi main event than the triple threat. Because when women at WrestleMania, other than 32 to now, associate with some of the worst experiences of watching wrestling of all time in my life. When was the last good women's match pre-Charlotte era?
You'd have to go back to like Trish days.
Yeah. It's only now that the women deserve to be main eventing WrestleMania, and they deserve it. But that storyline started to lose itself a little bit. Now I don't even want to see them main event because I feel like either way, there's gonna be something left there, like left to have.
This main event had become less and less special because of how fucking bipolar they made this storyline.
Yeah, just have
That's
it
how
Becky Ronda. That I would love that to main event.
Like they literally flip flop every 5 minutes. That's bad.
It's terrible.
This really showed their true colors when of showing how they like to change their mind on every single storyline because they do it every single day. Every fucking 5 minutes.
When
they're gonna
Mr.
change their
McMahon
mind on it.
when Mr. McMahon said Charlotte was gonna face Ronda at WrestleMania, that's when I was like, okay, this match doesn't need a main event. Because I'll admit this. Last year, when Ronda debuted at the Royal Rumble, I wanted her and Charlotte to main event eventually. 1 second. Sorry, dude. I'm just saying. I got the responsibilities, I guess.
Alrighty. This storyline is just like fucking confusing, okay? You have Becky's injured. Becky's not injured. Becky got arrested. Now she's out of jail. Charlotte wasn't in the match, but now she's in the match. Becky's suspended. Now she's not suspended.
Hey, yo, fuck Charlotte Flair.
Wait, what?
Fuck Charlotte Flair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much more you can say about this match than Charlotte doesn't need to be in it.
Charlotte doesn't need to be in it. I mean, we already know Becky's going to go over because we already know Ronda is legitimately leaving after WrestleMania.
Yeah, if Becky and Ronda happen at Survivor Series, here's the thing. If Becky and Ronda happened at Survivor Series, I would say Charlotte and Ronda need a main event.
They probably would. And then we would have already seen Becky being the SmackDown Women's Champion. She would have still been champion.
Yeah, she would have been champion, and she would have been facing somebody
like Asuka
that deserves
probably.
it this year.
But she would still retain.
Nia ruined everything.
Nia literally ruined everything.
Because I would be fine with Ronda and Charlotte main eventing this year.
That's fine.
Because once Roman announced that he had his leukemia, I didn't know who I wanted to main event. I certainly didn't want Brock to main event. So I thought, okay, it's a fair shot for the women now. And, because I like Roman, and Roman is a guy that when he's around, that's who should main event. Except for this case, because he's back and
okay, so Seth just hit 2 low blows on Brock. Sorry to interrupt, but you just got him in the nuts twice. But you're saying?
Yeah, I just think that the woman should main event a WrestleMania. This year seemed like the best year until Becky got injured. Now I feel like Daniel and Kofi is a better main event than the triple threat. But, there's not much you can say other than if Becky and Ronda happened at Survivor Series, Ronda versus Charlotte would be a perfect main event WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
So, fuck you, Nia.
Fuck Nia.
Everything she stands for.
Sucks.
She should have been fired because of that.
It made Becky look badass that night, though.
Yeah.
She got back up and she went to work.
It was a good...
Her face all bloody and shit. She fucking did not give a damn.
But it ruined everything.
It ruined everything. It was literally a domino effect.
Yeah, because once that happened, then Charlotte versus Ronda got taken away from us. And then Becky won the Rumble, which was fine. Becky got put in that match. She got suspended. Charlotte got added. Then Becky got back added. And then Charlotte won the SmackDown belt. And now the match is for both belts.
It's fucking...
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
And on that note, Becky's going over.
Becky's going over, okay? That's a given fact, okay? If Ronda wasn't leaving, then I'd say she probably would retain. Actually, I'd say this. If Ronda said that she is staying, then I would be firm to believe that both the titles would be on the line in the match. However, if Ronda were to pin either Becky or Charlotte, she would have retained, but didn't win the SmackDown Women's title. Same
Yeah.
goes for Charlotte, but like vice versa. But if Becky pinned like Charlotte, she would have won the SmackDown title. Or if she pinned Ronda, she got the Raw Women's title. Okay. Then I would be firm to believe that Becky would be the one to pin Charlotte, and then Ronda would remain as the champion for
Yeah.
Raw, and then Becky would be champion for SmackDown.
If Raw was,
They would
if
have
Ronda was
buried that. It would have been buried.
I don't want them to main event anymore at this point. Like my hype level for this match is just diminished so much.
Yeah. Oh my God! Like we were fucking hype as shit once Becky came to Raw and she picked Ronda the night after not WrestleMania, after the Royal Rumble. Shit,
Yeah.
we were fucking hype as shit, and then it went downhill as the weeks went on.
And as Charlotte got involved, she didn't need to be involved.
She didn't.
Oh my God.
She didn't at all. But
It's-
you just had to.
I said this joke to the Clean Finish on Instagram. Follow him. He's a great person and he's funny and he has a good account. But I said,
The clean
So,
finish.
yeah, I DM'd him after Charlotte won the belt on Tuesday, and I said, how long do you think was the blowjob Charlotte gave Vince before she won this belt? Because she did not deserve it. Asuka should be the
She's
champion,
not.
and she should be facing Mandy and Sonya on Sunday. Because that's the match that I feel like would have happened had it been, separate. But
It'd
now we're
probably
getting
been
this
like
triple threat that's going to be probably disappointing. It's going to be a good match, but it's going to be something about it's going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the build-up is just
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's just terrible.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
on that, Seth Brock. Unless anything else you have to say about
Seth
the
and
women's
Brock?
match.
Well, okay. All I can say about this triple threat, it should have just been Becky and Ronda. Charlotte had no business going into this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck Vince was thinking because he's a goddamn idiot.
He's too old for
But
this
Becky's
shit.
still going over, which we'll still be happy. So,
Yeah.
Becky's gonna be double champ. Okay. We're going to Brock and Seth now. Let's not talk about this bullshit.
Yeah, no more of the
Brock and
triple
Seth. Brock and Seth. All right. Right off the bat, who do you have?
threat. I have Seth. Seth is my
Okay,
hope.
same.
Brock is what might happen. I don't know how I feel. I want Seth. That's the bottom line.
I have Seth for this.
Yeah. Not much you can say about this match other than Seth won the Rumble and that was dope.
This match is just going to be the payoff to Seth's past year and a half
Yeah.
of him.
Ever since
The
that
work
gauntlet
that he's
match
put
last
in.
year, this is what
Oh my
Seth
God.
deserves.
It really that was just the beginning of it, and then
Yeah.
it just kept getting better and better and better.
This is the moment that Seth deserves.
He had that proper IC title run where he
Exactly.
feuded with Dolph Ziggler.
That was a good feud.
That was a great feud. I loved it.
And Dolph won
And,
the title, which I watched that live. I popped. I was like genuinely shocked that Dolph won.
Yeah, but Dolph.
And then he had
Dolph,
those tag. Seth won the tag titles on the night
Loser.
Roman got diagnosed, and then that turned into a
Yeah.
heel turn of the year because fucking nobody.
The turn of the
Dean.
year from Dean, and then he became a goddamn germaphobe, and then he became
That spiraled
shit.
out of control.
That was dumb.
At least the AOP got to
That's
be
totally
champions
not-
for a while.
But that's totally not Dean. That's not Dean. You think the Lunatic Fringe would be a fucking germaphobe?
Dean is a badass face. That's the Dean that we all love and know.
Oh my god. Okay. So, yeah, Seth's going over.
Seth's going over. If Brock does, it's gonna be the worst.
Yeah. Okay, so final match to talk about.
The
Daniel
real
and
main
Kofi.
event.
The real main event.
There's
even though
only
it's
one
not-
person that can win this match. And we know who it is. We've been wanting him to win the belt for so long.
Yeah.
Eric Rowan. I don't know how, but he's gonna win the belt Sunday.
Rowan's gonna fucking win, dude.
Rowan's gonna get
he
added in the
deserves
match
it.
last
He's been
second
busting
because
his
fuck
ass.
Vince. Rowan's been
He's busting his ass. He's been putting in the work. He's been
He's-
making towns.
Yeah. He's been going from city to town to arena, putting on these great matches, and finally it's time that he gets the recognition he deserves. Rowan for champ
Finally.
2019. No, for real though.
Rowan,
Kofi deserves this win more than anything
yeah,
else in the world.
Kofi definitely deserves this. I mean, he's this and the hype up for this. I mean, you posted that one video, that
Yeah, that
promo
was
package. Whoever made that, God bless him,
yeah,
because that was such a good promo package.
so
okay?
good. It gave me chills. Like
It really did. It gave me
the
goosebumps because like this
Whew.
just shows the 11-year struggle for this man.
Yeah, like I watched it
Being a
and I
mid
saw.
card,
I don't know. It was
yeah,
just
to being a mid card, from being a mid card sensation to a tag team god
yeah with
to a guy who's now competing for the WWE
all
title
of his tag
at
teams.
WrestleMania.
Kofi and Truth, Air Boom. You had Kofi team with Cody Rhodes at one point.
Teamed with The Miz at one point.
He did team with The Miz at one point. He's just been a great tag team wrestler. He's had mid-card feuds that have been great.
Mm-hmm.
He had that one little spot in the limelight when he faced Randy Orton, and we know all the stupid. That was.
I mean, him facing Randy Orton was like the biggest thing that he did in his career until he got that opportunity with the title like a couple months ago.
And people can say, oh, if if Ali wasn't injured, you know, Kofi never would have got that shot. It doesn't matter. Kofi took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, he
and
did.
he should be
I mean,
should be rewarded.
The ball, he fucking ran with it.
They were like, okay,
I mean,
Kofi, you go in
an
this match. You do this. You kick ass. Just please save us from Ali being out of this. Kofi goes in there.
Yeah.
He's like, just elimination chamber match, nothing too difficult. Kicked ass.
Literally. I mean, this guy who has been an 11-year veteran and not really a miracle because Ali getting injured is not good.
By the
but
chance,
out
I
of
guess.
the luck for Kofi to actually be inserted in this and him going into this gauntlet match before the Elimination Chamber, and he fucking tore the house down. And then people were literally just chanting for Kofi at that point. And now people, like, just all of a sudden start loving Kofi.
Everybody is behind Kofi at WrestleMania.
Everybody's behind Kofi at WrestleMania.
And
that Elimination Chamber match was so good.
It was.
Because, oh my god, the crowd reaction really,
when Kofi
was
lost,
bumping once it was just Daniel and Kofi
people
at the
were
end
like,
of it.
oh shit.
They were back and forth. Like, they were going at it. It was a great match. I enjoyed it. Except, you know, there's some implementations, how some of the guys were utilized. It was pretty shitty, but we can talk about that at some other point.
Yeah.
But Kofi, I mean, there's no reason why you would have Daniel go over this match.
There's
Why
no
would
need.
you? Unless if you want heel Heath. But besides that, what else?
Nothing. Kofi doesn't have to hold the belt for that long.
Kofi can hold it for like 3 months.
He can hold it until
be done
like
with it.
Extreme Rules, I think. No, Money in the Bank.
Extreme Rules is in July. Money in the Bank's in May. This year.
Then what's in June?
Fucking. Ooh.
Battleground?
I don't know.
I'm joking.
I don't know what they're bringing back.
It's Backlash in May.
Backlash in June? The fuck?
No, Backlash in May. Then it's June and Money in the Bank. Extreme Rules July. Then SummerSlam. Okay, have him. I don't want to. Should he hold the title till SummerSlam?
I don't know. I
who would he
mean,
drop it
do you
to?
do you honestly think he could hold it for that long?
I think he should in a perfect world.
Okay.
But I don't think he will.
Well, first off, before he can do that, he really needs to change that title.
Yeah.
because it's ugly
disgusting.
as fuck. It's
Okay.
really gross.
For you listening right now, go back to when we were talking about The Miz. Listen, I said put a pin in this. I have a thing for later. This is what I was thinking for later. Daniel goes over Sunday. Somehow. The Miz gets
Maybe
a babyface
controversy from Eric Rowan.
something like that. Mr. McMahon sees this and he says, okay, I'm giving you your shot. One last time. Backlash. Kofi versus Daniel. Rowan and the New Day are barred from ringside. Daniel wins clean. And Kofi just sits in the ring disappointed. And the New Day come out. And then Big E turns. Okay, that's for another day. Then you have Money in the Bank. Miz wins.
Okay.
Miz. And so Daniel Bryan faces who should Daniel face at SummerSlam?
This year?
Yeah,
Fuck, I don't know.
somebody
Um,
big like Joe or
somebody.
AJ,
Joe.
somebody, just somebody.
AJ Andrade.
Andrade. Miz cashes in on Daniel
Okay.
as a babyface this time. Holds the belt
Yes.
till WrestleMania.
Ooh.
And
That long?
just a
Okay.
great babyface run because that's what the Miz deserves. And then after that, he can fade away into the mid card until he retires. Just one last push for the Miz.
I mean, I can
We
really
need.
say the same for Jeff Hardy at this point.
Ooh, have Daniel face Jeff Hardy at
Okay,
SummerSlam.
this really hurts me to know that Jeff was in big consideration to face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania for the title.
Yeah,
And now you're putting him in the Battle Royal alongside his brother.
stupid.
That fucked up. I mean, this guy's championship material. I mean, besides those two, as a tag team, who else has the stature as title contenders? Especially on SmackDown.
Miz.
No. I'm talking about legitimate tag team as of right now.
Oh, tag team. I thought you meant like just normal.
Yeah.
The club?
The club? Yeah, but have they been used at all?
No, really nobody,
No.
honestly. Just
Nobody.
the Usos.
You just have the Usos, and then you have the Hardys who came back.
Yeah, even
But
the
then you put
Bar
them
are a
in
little
these, like, average.
boring now.
The bar has been boring.
You know what would be nice?
Shit, I saw it firsthand.
It'd be really nice if they broke up and then Cassius
Bar?
Ono got caught. Yeah. And then Ono got caught
Okay.
up and Cesaro and Ono were the
Okay,
kings
that's
of
never
wrestling.
happening.
Just saying. Would be really
That's
cool.
never happening.
It wouldn't be
He's
boring.
gonna. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Cesaro
Ono going
Cesaro
to...
was a guy that needs a world title push.
Cesaro. I mean, if we were going to talk about Cesaro from 2015, 2016, yes.
He had that amazing match with
over.
Roman in that
He was
2015
more over
tournament.
than the Empire State Building back in 2015.
That's true. Cesaro's section, full effect.
Dude. I mean, people were popping for that guy.
Yeah.
And then he got...
He's a lot
thrown
like how
into that
Kofi
bag.
is now. Except for, it was kind of reversed with Kofi. He's in a tag team, but now he's the solo star. People are popping for him.
Yeah.
Like, Kofi deserves to go over. Cesaro deserves something. I don't know.
Cesaro deserves more recognition.
He deserves more respect on his name.
More respect, yeah. What I hope for, though, if we can go back to the topic of Jeff Hardy,
Yeah.
all I ask for him as a singles competitor, not just tag, but like as a singles competitor, I really wish he could just be given one more WWE title run, and don't give him like a month, because that's the most he's been given is a month.
Yeah.
Like give him okay, 4 at minimum, at most 7, and then I'll be fine. You have him put over like Andrade or somebody. Have him put over Andrade or have him put over fucking Miz. I don't care. But like, make it somebody good. Don't make it fucking like AJ, even
Yeah.
though they can have a match and it would be really good. But
Yeah.
don't make it AJ. Don't make it Randy. Don't make it
Daniel.
God, who else is there? Who?
Don't let Daniel
No, yeah,
win.
no. Don't let Daniel. God, don't let Daniel win.
Yeah.
But like, you can have Jeff put over like Kofi or Andrade.
somebody
Ray.
like that.
I mean,
Even Joe.
preferably Andrade, or
Yeah.
even Joe.
Preferably Joe or
'Cause Joe deserves
Andrade
it.
or The Miz. Somebody like that.
Yeah. But like, that's all he should have.
Yeah. What
And
can be
then you
said
can let
about
him tag-
Jeff can be said about
You can
Ray.
let him do these tags with Matt. You can let them have the SmackDown tag titles for how many months you want them to do it. And I'd be happy.
Yeah, just give him
You
that
know?
one last run.
He deserves it.
He really does.
because since I think he won the WWE title back in '08 at the wrong time because that was in WrestleMania season. Because they were not willing to have a guy like him be their top guy going into WrestleMania.
I believe it was Armageddon, '07.
It was Armageddon. Yeah, it was Armageddon 2008.
It was 2008 because it was against Triple H and Edge.
Yeah, I remember that, and I was so freaking happy.
And I don't know if I'm picturing this, but didn't he stand on the big Armageddon logo with the belt?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought
he
I
did
just
at the end.
I was imagining that, but that's real. Okay, cool.
I was so freaking happy.
It's such a good moment.
It was such a good, like, he's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
So that it was a really surreal moment just to witness that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, his hang up is the title, this WWE title, and you can let him fade. You can even bring back the Woken Hardys if you fucking want to.
Yeah,
I don't
you
care.
can just once
Do
Jeff
whatever.
gets this last title run, he can retire. Even just
He can retire.
one last title shot for Jeff or title run for Jeff would be fine for me. From like what you were saying, the 4 to 7 months, I'd give it like a good 5-month reign from like what SummerSlam to Royal Rumble. Have him, say you give it to him this year, have him at Survivor Series face Seth. Roman will probably be champion by then, huh?
Ooh. Yeah, because we would have to think about who would be coming over to SmackDown.
True. I feel like Roman might move, to be honest.
Roman,
Because if they're going to Fox.
Because, and since Dean's going to be gone,
there's no reason for
it makes
Seth and Roman, arguably the two biggest stars on Raw, to be on the same brand anymore.
Yeah. And I have a feeling they would probably want to move AJ to Raw.
Yeah, have them feud with Seth. Seems like the most logical.
Oh, yes. The Seth and AJ feud
Dream
that
match.
we've wanted for so long.
That's what we deserve.
It's what we fucking need, dude. That's our crack right there.
That is.
Seth versus AJ.
That
We
match would
need
be
it.
so good.
Oh my god, dude. You know how good I can just picture that match right now.
That match would be so good.
Oh my god. I'm just ugh. God. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what can be said about them can be said about Ray. I feel like Ray deserves another run with the belt.
I mean, last time he was a world champion, he got fuckered out of that the same night.
Yeah. He got Charlotte Flair.
Which is bad. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I remember watching that and I was pissed.
I was super pissed.
Because it was a very heartwarming, wholesome moment for Ray, and then
Cena fucked it up.
They continued to shove Cena down our throats.
Yeah. So, I feel like it's time to end this episode of the Mark-Scussion.
Yes.
So, any last thing you want to say about WrestleMania?
It's gonna be fucking long. I'm gonna be wasting how long is it gonna be? 8 hours. So that's gonna be a sleep period that I'm gonna be wasting on Sunday.
Yeah.
April 7th, 2019. I'm gonna have as much fun as I can with some of the matches. Some of the matches I'm gonna love. Some of the matches I'm gonna not love. Some of the matches are gonna be in between about. But I'm gonna be optimistic. Okay. I just hope everyone shows up and puts on the best performance that they can, because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, you really covered all the bases there. So, again, this has been the Mark-Scussion podcast. I'm 2SweetGB.
I'm Heel Shark.
Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. Do you want to reveal the schedule? Tell them what we're planning on doing.
Sure, you can go ahead and say that, because I don't know where it is for me.
Okay, so pretty much we have this episode is going up. We're recording on a Monday. It'll be up on the Tuesday. Then we'll record an episode about.
Thursday, I think.
Okay, yeah. So we're recording an episode about Takeover. That'll be up. It'll be up on Thursday or recorded on Thursday.
Recorded on Thursday.
So it'll be up on Friday, sometime before
'cause
Takeover.
We'd be talking about like the matches beforehand.
True. And then on Saturday, we're gonna record one about the Hall of Fame ceremony, specifically Christian. That's what I was talking about earlier, about Christian at WrestleMania and that. So, and then Sunday, we'll be taking a break. Actually, Sunday is when the Christian video will be up. And then Monday, we'll record the WrestleMania. Monday, we'll record WrestleMania.
WrestleMania
Reactions.
recap, and then
Tuesday,
Raw to WrestleMania recap, Wednesday to SmackDown WrestleMania.
Or we could lump those together and do Wednesday, record both shows, recap, and then upload Thursday.
We can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
So
do that.
here's what it's looking like. This is the roadmap. Tuesday, you'll see this one. Then Friday, you will see the NXT Takeover before. It'll be before Takeover goes up. Sunday, you will see the Christian one. And then Monday, you will see WrestleMania. And then Wednesday, you will see Raw and SmackDown after Mania.
Nice.
And then from there, we'll do Superstar Shakeup. And then probably
Whatever that's
Backlash,
gonna happen.
whatever else is going to happen, yeah.
I mean, the only pay-per-views I see going in after WrestleMania is that Saudi Arabia show, which is probably gonna be Greatest Royal Rumble, and then Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Actually, we will be doing Double or Nothing. So.
Oh yes.
So for you AEW people out there, we will be doing Double or Nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at. Hope to see you guys on the next episode.
See ya.
Peace.